Extended producer responsibility is a new rule. It's a new law, which is in discussion. It has never been implemented. I don't know if it's being implemented.
Implemented, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we would like to know that as a Kenyan, what does the extended producer rules require from the producers, and what does the EPR require from the consumers?
Awesome. So you find that EPR was enacted through the Sustainable Waste Management Act of 2022.
Yes.
Which actually the extended producer responsibility, it's clearly showcasing like it's the right, or it's a mandatory for the producers, manufacturers, and the companies to track their waste, be able to know where it's going, and to know how the recovery, or have like a take back system to make sure that it is regenerative and doesn't have like harmful effect the environment.
So it's like a bottom-up model.
It's
from the consumers back to the producer.
Yes. And also it doesn't only talk about like disposal, but also the design of the packaging. So it's, you'll find that there's some aspect there's these sachets that are really problematic. You'll find that one sweet has its own sachet. You find that it's a problem. So what if you design like a nice packaging in a way that it can actually be reused? Yes.
Yeah.
So that's EPR for us in a nutshell. Yep.
So how do we consumers take part in that?
I am very bothered by a lot.
Yes.
Especially the fact that we can do just so much.
Yeah.
We can do just so much, and as consumers, we are feeling the effects of waste management, but we are just utilizing what is given to us.
Yes.
We don't have a choice. We don't have a say.
Yes.
If you want to go buy tea bags, you will find them packaged differently. And that is what you're going to buy, because that is what is there. You need a tea bag, and that is what is there.
Yeah.
And we can just do too much. Like looking at bottles and the written recycle me. Where am I going to recycle them? I live in the city. I buy milk every day, and it is written recycle me. What am I going to do with 30 packets of milk at the end of the month?
According to what?
How do they get back to the producers?
Yeah.
How do they get back to the producers? Because now I'm in my house. My house is clean. And what you were saying, I'm in my house is clean. I come outside and there's trash. So I'll also just put my trash there so that the person who's coming can take all of them, because what am I going to do with them in my house?
Yes.
And other than that, we do not understand segregation. I personally do not segregate my waste. Don't quote me, by the way.
That's very bad.
Do not quote me anywhere.
For waste management.
Do not quote me anywhere. I don't have a lot of waste in my house because, well, other than like toiletries and stuff, I don't cook a lot. So I don't have a lot of waste. But like, we don't understand how do we segregate this waste. And once we segregate them, does it even make a difference? Because all our trash are just going to be picked from our plot zikiwa zote hivo. So whether I segregated my waste or not, is it really impactful?
Yeah.
Because zinaenda wakikuja sometimes hata wanaziunganisha kwa nini moja. Like you find that they're moving them from different ninis to have like make it easy to carry and outside instead of coming trips. Yeah. Is it going to make a difference if I segregate my waste? I do not understand what happens to my waste after it leaves my house. I do not understand. And that is a gap. So we are putting responsibility on people who have absolutely no understanding of what is supposed to be done or what is expected or what is happening after.
Yeah.
Okay, I've played my role. Then what?
Which role do you think?
To add on what she said, I segregate my waste, and then what next?
Yeah.
I've segregated my waste.
Then what next?
What next? What I think is really missing is the goodwill between government, consumers, and also manufacturers. We do not have enough goodwill. We do not have enough goodwill at all. You'll go and tell someone, segregate your waste. Does he know how to segregate his waste? Secondly, after I segregate my waste, and then
what?
Where will I take these plastics? Where will I take these other kitchen refuse?
back in time when I was looking, I actually got into climate through circular economy. Like I wanted to start a circular economy project.
That's
And
very commendable, eh?
I was doing research and I was reading about Germany. And there are these hilarious reels on TikTok and Instagram where, like, first month of moving to Germany, you find that someone is throwing their bottle in a trash can. Second month, they're keeping their bottle. Third month, they're collecting bottles that other people have thrown. Why? Because you take them back and get money. You take them back to any supermarket. Like you buy your drink here, your drink, you take it back to the next supermarket, and you get money back for the bottle that you've returned. And that is the goodwill that he's talking about. If companies or if producers wanted to take responsibility for their waste, they would give people an incentive to actually return their waste. After nimenunua, like, if you guys have walked from Koja all the way to Haile Selassie on Tomboya Street, there is no dustbin.
Koja to, yeah.
On Tomboya Street, to be specific, there is no dustbin. So let's say I bought nimenunua hot dog na juice Koja, and I'm going to Haile Selassie. Nimemaliza dini yangu hapa archives. Am I supposed to carry all my bags and my trash in the other hand, looking for a dustbin all around town that I cannot find?
Yeah.
If I have an incentive, naeza kukunywa nini yangu pale. Nikifika Quickmart Tomboya, I drop my bottle, I get my, hata kama ni points, it doesn't even have to be a cashback. Hata kama ni points. And then I move on. At least I have disposed my waste responsibly. Jubimi, like, mtu unachoka. Maybe unataka kubuy kitu, the way hawkers are there, unataka kuchagua kitu, umeona kitu imekufurahisha, you put your waste hapo kando, and you forget to pick it up.
You know, I was thinking that that problem is me alone who is experiencing, especially when I'm in Nairobi, and I've gone to a supermarket in a let's say near Parliament. Near Parliament is where you expect litter pins to be there, because that one is a higher table on the surface of earth. So when I have bought and I've used it, I usually carry it for about that minutes before I get a litter pin. And as you know about human way of thinking, we don't want to carry those things around, and we end up throwing. Maybe sometimes people may think like my friend Humphrey here said, it's a culture. Maybe it is a culture which has been forced by us, by people who can actually make our culture look better, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd carry my trash all the way from Mombasa until I find a trash bin in Nairobi. I walk around with I can go back home with litter and just make sure I dispose it nicely.
Yeah.
I don't usually anticipate. If I don't find somewhere I can throw it, it's never something that bothers me, that I have a bottle of water that I have to take out, throw away. It's safe in my bag.
We really need
Better
people like
than,
you
yeah.
in this world.
Even I'd be in a matatu and see someone telling me, nishukishie kioo, and they want to throw. I tell them, give me, and I put it in my bag. Just to show them that you can be more responsible than this. Just throw your trash outside the window of a car because someone is going to collect, or what is going to happen to that bottle? Merusha to Thika Road. And it happens a lot. Sometimes we also need to look back at ourselves and want, the government is not doing much. They're not trash bins, but take it home.
Okay, appreciating responsibility, but you guys are underrating convenience.
Yes.
You guys are underrating convenience.
Yeah.
And okay, I can take responsibility for my trash. I do take responsibility for my trash, but I would rather have a dustbin to throw it. So do not underrate convenience. So not everyone has the initiative to carry trash home, but most people would feel the need to, instead of putting it down, kuna dustbin pale, let me put it inside the dustbin. So let us not underrate convenience, the fact that we can be resilient. It is infrastructure that we need. It is something that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, you've taken the trash home, you've sorted it, you've segregated it. Questions come back to what happens to that trash after it leaves your house. You have no control over that. But if we had like waste bins that are well marked, labeled, put your plastic bottles here, put your reusable ninis here, put your food waste here. It is easier. At least even the person who's coming to pick this waste at the end of the day can put the bottles in one nini, the food waste in one nini, the recyclables in one. Convenience.
According to what you have all said, according to what I can hear from the backstage. The backstage is telling me that there's something which is missing, because this one can be able to carry from Mombasa to Nairobi to find a litter bin. And there's another one here who will never carry it for a long time.
I said I can, but I prefer convenience.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
You prefer convenience. So there's something missing under the EPR laws, and that's what we want to unpack. What is this missing? What are these implementation gaps that you can see in Kenya and in Nairobi at large? Yeah, the floor is open.
Yeah, EPR is still maturing. It was just like enacted the other day. And you'll find that the companies need to be responsible of their wastes, but it is structured in a way they do it through the PROs. PROs are like the Producer Responsibility Organization. How any one of us have heard about KPRO, Kenya Extended Producer Responsibility Organization.
Yes.
There's also the aspect of PACPRO. These are all for the non-hazardous packaging. And also there's HAPROC for the HAPROC and EPROC. One for the e-waste and the other one is for the medicinal and the hazardous waste. So through the PROs, like they always receive some money so that it can help in tracking and also capacity building, and also like involving all the relevant stakeholders in the waste value chain. For this sense, there's a gap in awareness. So you'll find that awareness, whereby there's massive awareness drive that really needs to happen, a meaningful awareness that really needs to happen in the ground and the community level. And so on the waste pickers or waste managers level, there's the aspect of capacity strengthening. I know there's capacity building, but let's talk on strengthening, because they really need to be strengthened in a way that they can effectively interact with the consumers, with the customers, effectively, because they're the people on the ground, and they're the people who are really doing massive work.
Yeah.
And also the aspect of the aspect of these aggregators, after they do the collection, they take it. Why do they take this waste? There's aspect of putting value in waste. Not only value, but good value. Value incentivizing good money for one to be able to recover this waste. Because you won't find any metallic waste anywhere. It's because it has value.
Yeah.
But what of these the tissue papers, what of these the bumpers, what of these others? So unless we put like value in this waste, then there is a huge problem. So in this aspect, that's why we need also to see on how they can access like this capacity. These groups can be able to access like good market linkage.
Yeah.
Like easier market linkage. The aspect of having like proper logistics, like transportation system, why it's easier for one to handle this waste, carry it from one point to another.
Yeah.
So these are like what EPR is advocating for, but we are not realizing it because it's still immature. Yep.
So that's the right thing you have said.
Yeah.
But now I would like I'm still in that aspect of carrying litter from Mombasa to Nairobi.
Yeah.
So don't you see that there is a gap in waste management in terms of how can someone? I'm just want to see that modality, because even vehicles themselves, they need those litter bins in their vehicles.
Yeah.
So I can clearly see that there's a gap even in our transport industry, because they need to provide those services, and they should be responsible, because extended producer responsibility means that anything which is being produced, I'm able to take it back, you know.
Yeah.
And if you are in a vehicle, the vehicle should provide something so that it keeps itself clean, it keeps the environment clean, it can also know how to manage its waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were speaking something.
Okay, for me, I was saying, to add on his point, thorough dissemination is needed within the community. And I think the best way to do dissemination is we use our CBOs.
Yeah.
Our CBOs are within the community. If me for example, I'm from the Green Advocacy CBO, which is in Kasarani. If we start by showing people waste segregation, like we're doing, and also the importance of not littering everywhere. If we do it consistently, we will trigger behavior change.
Yeah.
So that is something that is a collective responsibility. Even if we have the Green Army that come and clean, as long as I'm not changed as a person in behavior, the same thing will continue to happen. The second thing we also need is mentorship. We need to start from our schools so that we can mentor the next generation. If we mentor a generation that cares about the environment, then most of these things will happen naturally. Right now, the reason we are having a lot of flaws, it's because a lot of people really don't care.
Yeah.
So we need to have that collective responsibility. If we impact that in the society and also in schools, I think we'll be good to go.
What we have said is that it's just a philosophical terminology. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If our culture is pro climate action, it's pro clean environment, it's pro returning your materials to the producers, then we don't need even those laws, because our culture, the way we are born like that. Because if you are born like you are for example a Muslim, let's go to religion. Yeah? If you are a Muslim, you always know the values of Muslim. You don't need the laws to guide you how to be a Muslim. And you needed to say something about...
Yes, I need to say something. This waste needs to go somewhere.
Yeah.
It needs to go somewhere. And what we lack is infrastructure. What we lack is infrastructure. Sisi wote hapa, I believe we are all paying for waste to be picked from our places.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are paying for convenience. You do not care where your waste is going as long as it leaves your space. What we lack is infrastructure. If I can get out of my building and find 3 dustbins, biodegradables, recyclables, and reusable bins, I can put my waste and go.
Yeah.
If I walk, buy something, have my waste, put them there. What we lack is infrastructure.
Yeah.
E-waste, even if we all learn segregation, but we do not have a place to throw this waste, we do not have a place to take this waste, we are going to start saying that acha tuzieke pale because there's no one living close there, and everyone is going to bring their waste there, and it is going to become a landfill again.
Yes.
And something like that happened close to where I was living previously. Barabara yenye tulikuwa tunapita, all of a sudden someone came with a lorry and dumped building waste. The next day, maduka zilikuwa zinadump waste hapo. And now it is a waste place. That was a road that you were using. You pass there now, the air is so bad. Everything is just, we were not talked to about because we do not have a place we are taking this waste.
Yeah.
Hakuna mali ya kuzipeleka. And incentives is very important. Not just for waste pickers and waste collectors, but for us as people. Because we cannot just say that we are leaving the responsibility of a clean environment to just waste pickers and collectors. What percentage of our population is that? A very small percentage. Incentive should be for everyone.
Yeah.
Incentives should be for everyone. You should be... Incentives plus infrastructure will have a clean environment.
Yeah. So what you have said is a reality, and we need systems that work, and that sets the tonation to that topic today. After we have unpacked that we need roots of the game, we now need a system that works. The real implementation.
Can I add on the system and infrastructure? I think
we are going there.
Just to echo on what she has said on infrastructure, if we could go beyond, after we have bins, Kenya only has 20 facilities for processing this waste. China has close to 2,000, and China right now is using waste to produce energy. China is managing 3 million tons of waste annually. We are producing around 1 million, I think, in Kenya.
Yeah.
And they're able to convert that to energy. Technology already exists for this to happen. So there's we are really behind on infrastructure, and I think that's a gap that the
Yeah.
end user
Ex-
doesn't
ex-
acknowledge.
Exactly. So after we have set the rules, policy, which is guiding us on how to manage this waste, we need to do implementation. We usually say mko na rules but vitu kwa ground ni different. Ukikaa hapo kwa football team manager anamwambia wewe kama Rashford nataka uende hii wing. Game ikianza mjamako katikati. So you wonder why we are losing the game. Now we need the systems that do what? That work. So we are going to our third topics, and we are going to revolve around the systems which are then in waste collection, systems which are working in waste transportation, systems which are working in waste sorting and management, and the systems which are available for waste management at the end, and how these systems are affecting our circularity. Sindio? So I think we're going to the third topic. Cut.
Outro. And that's the end of.
Yeah, and that's the end of our topic about the rules affecting our waste management and circular economy.